Hello, everyone. While most fallen flag trucking companies were named after the man who founded the company, many were named after the cities or areas of the country that their roots were in. Some of the companies named after their founder are familiar in trucking history. For example, McLean Trucking Company, Hennis Freight Lines, and Riss and Company were named after the men who started them. Among those firms named after where they served would have been ET and WNC Transportation, Central Wisconsin Motor Transport, and even Tennessee Carolina Transportation. Then there are common names that were the same, although used by different carriers in different areas. The only way to tell them apart was a closer look at the full corporate name. Consolidated is one of those common names. When one thinks of Consolidated, it's usually CF, or Consolidated Freightways, that comes to mind. There was also a Consolidated Motor Lines Incorporated, which was based in Connecticut and was one of the 7 carriers that created Associated Transport Incorporated. Another common name in trucking is and was Southeastern. Over the decades, there have been 3 different motor carriers using the name Southeastern, and that's the topic for today. The 3 motor carriers named Southeastern. It's all in trucking history, and that's why I'll tell you all about them since this channel covers the history of the trucking industry. First, let's cover another one of the 7 truck lines that merged to form Associated Transport. I just mentioned one of them. It was Consolidated Motor Lines. Another one of the companies was Southeastern Motor Lines Incorporated that was headquartered in Bristol, Virginia. The company was formed in 1938 as a successor to Jacobs Motor Service. A year later, the company bought the intrastate franchise in North Carolina from Boone Transfer Company, giving access to the industrial city of Winston-Salem. As you can see in this newspaper advertisement, Southeastern Motor Lines had an extensive mileage of routes into New York, New York. A few years later, in 1942, Southeastern became part of Associated Transport, becoming the nation's largest carrier in revenues, miles of routes, and number of states it operated in. Another Southeastern named carrier was another one based in Tennessee as well. This one was named Southeastern Motor Truck Lines Incorporated, founded in 1937 by Charles H. Potter when revenues were only $50,000. By 1945, the company was operating into Memphis, Atlanta, and Evansville, Indiana. In 1947, Southeastern had 160 tractors and trailers in its fleet, routes in 6 states, and 300 employees. In 1955, the company merged into T.I.M.E Incorporated of Lubbock, Texas, a carrier with terminals from Los Angeles to Memphis. Both Southeastern and T.I.M.E had terminals in Memphis. A new terminal would consolidate both into one a few months later. The third company with Southeastern in their name is the large current carrier called Southeastern Freight Lines Incorporated. They're based in Columbia, South Carolina. Today they operate in 13 states from Virginia to Texas. Well, those are the 3 companies named Southeastern throughout history that have been motor carriers. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a comment in the comment section, and if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll consider being one. Talk to you soon.